Welcome back, everybody. Grand Tactician, Civil War, Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 10 of our Rebel Summer 61 campaign using the a.o.m mod. So, it's been last episode was quite busy as we got our spring offensive underway with a lot of forces on the move. So we're going to cover all that now, going from west back towards east. So the Indian Army is just now crossing the border into Kansas on its way up to Lawrence, hopefully to engage the Department of Kansas, which may or may not still be in location, as the intel I have on is from August 11th, so it's now April 4th, so this intel is almost a year old. So it may not be in the area. Hopefully they're not, and they can push straight up into Leavenworth. Army Missouri is pushed into Missouri. They are marching on Springfield right now, and straight at the Army of the West, so we should have an engagement there coming up fairly soon. The main thrust of our action moving up Mississippi is well underway. Just fought a battle here at Paducah with the traveling harem, pushing off one of the Union forces in the area. I think it was the Army of Tennessee right over here. And the Army of Mississippi is now inside of Cairo, and I have them pushing back south to engage the Army of the Mississippi. So the two armies of the Mississippi are going to hopefully fight it out with each other at New Madrid, and we can capture this hospital, which will be very helpful for us. Army of Western Tennessee is going to continue on into Cairo and hold position there, while the harem, my force, continues to travel north and hopefully all the way up to Peoria unmolested. I should probably have them stop at Springfield first. Yeah, let's go to Springfield first. That was supposed to be the stopping point for Army of the Mississippi, but I don't know how this combat's going to go down here, and they may have them move up to St. Louis instead. I do have the Army of Middle Tennessee heading over here towards Kingston, because there's still a Union force in the area here controlling our coal mines, so we need to kick them out of this region over here before they sever my trunk line. They do hold Kingston itself, but they don't hold the telegraph station, so they're kind of in the area but not really holding on to anything, so we just got to push them back out again. I'm going to leave the Army of Eastern Tennessee where it is at Cumberland Gap, just in case another Union force decides to come down the road. So I was going to use them to clear out this area, but decided there may be another force behind the one that we fought over here, so just to better leave them in place. I'm not making any moves with the Eastern armies as of yet. Army of Kanawha is still holding at Gully Bridge. Department of Norfolk is still working on a fortification here in the mountains, which is 27 days away from completion. Once they're finished, I'll have them come back out this way again and continue building the new telegraph trunk line to my western forces for better communications. And it looks like the Federals are kind of holding steady for right now after the drubbing we gave them over the winter. And I'm expecting to see these forces kind of shift off as my western forces advance. That's what I'm hoping to see, at least. Alright. I think that covers everything for the recap. We do have an item for the historical record, so we'll go jump into that. From the diary, Colonel Jaime Vargas, Commander Tiefling Infantry. Dated 4 April 1861. The day started rather quickly. By the time I woke up and began to ready to mend, the Swedish artillery station on my left flank began to open fire on Union forces. After a few volleys, my ears became used to explosions. I did my best to remain calm. Part of me was always so nervous. This is the first time I would lead troops into battle, and the first time a female Confederate officer would fight in a war. Thought back to my husband and wondered if he felt the same nervousness leading his men to battle before the Union had struck him down. We sat along the riverbank for cover, readying ourselves as he heard the gunfire from the a.o.m Brigade and the Empire rebels. I sat behind cover and I kept my pistol holstered, but I still couldn't let go of the handle as I waited to see those dreaded blue uniforms marching down the road. One of the soldiers I took cover with was a man named Keen Bren. He's one of my husband's closest friends. Never since his death has been one of many who had always spoken highly of him. It was touching hearing Keen argue with some of his fellow troops that I should be allowed to lead. Finally, the Union troops approached and entered range, and they gave the order to fire at will, shouting at the top of my lungs, "If you see a blue uniform, make it red!" The gunfire was near deafening, as we all began firing on the approaching infantry. I wondered how many of them could stand it all. Some of my men became nervous when the a.o.m Brigade lost its cohesion, and morale fled in panic over the approaching infantry. I ordered my men to hold the line, to do whatever it took to hold the run. It was then I received new orders from General Grumpy Grandpa. He set to push the Union boys back and advance down the road. I took a small moment, took a deep breath and swallowed my fear, and I yelled out, "Advance on the Union bastards! Run them back to D.C." My men bravely charged forth, and I joined them as the Union forces fell back across a nearby river and into the woods. I felt something I never truly felt before. I felt at home. Charging with my men, running the Union back as artillery fired out and gunshots rang, I felt at peace in all the chaos. Almost like how my husband described his first skirmish with Union forces. Finally, victory came, and I began helping the men. First, I started to help the nurses with the injured and dying. I began to help count and bury our dead. In the end, our troops put over 500 Union homewreckers into the earth. Now I'm ready to lead these men into the next battle. Once the men have settled down from our celebratory drinking to my husband's legacy and our first victory, I'm going to start writing letters to the deceased. Maybe more women will see my story and join us in avenging their own husbands' deaths. Once again, as always, I do appreciate everybody who takes the time to follow their units in battle and issue stories for them as part of the historical record. I do enjoy reading a lot of them, and I'll add them in as you guys write them. So if your unit's involved in a war and you'd like to have diary entries, letters home, newspaper articles, please submit them on the Discord, and I will gladly add them into the record on the games. Alright, next thing up is we do have a new viewer unit to recruit. And I haven't really decided where to put them. I think they are going one of the Tennessee armies. Yeah, not Army Eastern Tennessee, even though they kind of need it. Yeah, Army of Middle Tennessee. It looks like they have a lot, but these units are very small, so they're going to be going to a new division under James Kemper. And they're going to be raised out of Alabama. They want the dark gray tops. So Richmond gray is probably as dark as we can get, and navy blue. Prussian blue is the closest we can get to navy. There we go. And this will be Congrave's Conquerors. Who's in charge here? John Morgan. You're Kentuckian, so I got to give you guys an Alabaman. And let's go by seniority here. There we go. There we go. Burkett Fry. Veteran, West Point graduate, and infantry branch of arms. Perfect. Alright, they're forming up under Kemper's division as part of the Army of Middle Tennessee. They're going to be stuck with the mixed smoothbores for right now. I know you do want Enfields. I just do not have enough to hand them out right now. Alright. I think that covers everything for the opening of the game. So, our next action's either going to be up here at Springfield or down here at New Madrid. We'll see which one happens first. Alright, it's now 17:30 of April 5th, and we do have our next action here, and it is the Army of the Missouri going up against the Army of the West. So we've run, and it looks like the Department of the West is right behind them, but they're just outside of reinforcement range, thankfully. So Army of the West, led by Nathaniel Lyon, bringing 22,837 infantry, 1,132 cavalry, and 28 guns, is blocking our force of 9,927 infantry, 4,993 cavalry, and 22 guns. So we don't even have an artillery advantage over him anymore. And Department of West right behind him has another 18,000 men. This could be an issue. Or it may not be. He may be just as poor of a leader in this fight he was in the last few fights, but we have to make these attacks happen. We have to push these Federals ahead of us in order to make my Mississippi River plan work. We got to drive them in that direction. So, yeah, let's go jump into this one and see if we can't make miracles happen. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Springfield, Missouri. We are on the Wilson's Creek map, and this is going to be a tough one for us. So we are on the attack. We do have to attack up here at Oak Hill North. And this is not something I want to attack, looking at this terrain. That's a nice... There's a perfect site for artillery fire coming and raining down on our heads. So I do have two approach paths. I can come up this way along these roads here into the face of the hill. I come up this way up the hillside here. I'm really not liking any of our options looking at this. And for me to even try and get around them would take forever. It's already 17:30, so we're going to be going into day 2 almost immediately. So I'm only going to get a little advanced up the road before the day halts. So the Federals are going to have plenty of time to dig in and plenty of time for our morale to drop even more. Our morale's kind of even on right now. They're at 39.7 to my 39, but they do hold the objective, which gives them the additional 5 points. So I got to make this attack as quickly as possible in order to keep my unit's morale high enough to make it work. This is not going to be a battle where I'm looking to cause casualties. This is a battle where I'm just looking to break them as quickly as possible. So I'm thinking we're going to come right up here, cross at the ford here at the Skeg House, and drive straight up the hillside at them. Because this is the least severe slope that I'm looking at. I would love to come out this way, but there's just no road network there. The road that's there runs right over the hilltop, so we do have to make the approach from here. And I'm going to get my troops on the move, and I'll come back in once we're ready to begin our assault. Alright, it's now 09:30 of day 2, and I do have my forces moving out and spreading around the base of the mountain. Now, we do have the Federals sided due to my cavalry, and they are actually reverse slope and back in the wood line, which is kind of a scary thought because the AI is actually doing something smart for once. So I'm actually spreading my forces out, possibly more than I should be. I have my cavalry out on the left flank. I really feel like I should have them over here. I'm going to have them fighting dismounted and in loose order, so they'll probably do better out here in the woods than the mainline infantry will. So I do have one of my divisions heading off to the right. That's Pierce's division, along with the artillery. And they're going to start softening up these positions over here, hopefully. And I'm just not liking, especially with their numbers advantage, I am not liking the way this looks. Their morale's now climbed to 51.8, and mine has climbed from 39 to 47.1, but theirs is still higher than ours. We've taken a lot more losses. We've taken a few more losses than them in attrition overnight. Our 220 overnight attrition is 1.4% of my force. Their 200 is 0.8%. So, actually winning this fight might be a bit of an issue. Because we may break due to numbers before they do, especially being on the attack. Let's move you boys into the woods over here. And cavalry, let's you get your scouts in. And we're going to swing all the way. No, don't go out on the road, please. Stay along the base of the hill. Swing out this way. Infantry, lay down, please. When the guns come up. Oh, this is not good. I'm not used to actually having the AI set up in a manner in which I'm forced to set up under fire. But their guns are messed up right there, so maybe we can silence them fairly quickly. everybody get in position, please. They're firing at us. Get your guns hot. Should be firing counter battery. Don't be firing at the skirmishers. I think my main push may have to come from my cavalry out on the flank. Where are my shells landing? Stop firing at the damn skirmishers. Have you set the counter battery? Fire at the damn guns. Yeah, push is going to have to come over here. They're firing at that damn infantry. Only one of them's firing at the guns like they're supposed to be. Bombardment order. Right there. There's the orders to the cavalry. What is this brigade doing? Now, I have managed to arm up this army a little bit better. Still got some smooth bores in it, but we do have some rifles mixed in now. This one division is fully rifle armed now with all captured rifles. Who's wounded? Woodruff. And your 3rd Arkansas Battery. They want to send this one lone brigade at me. I'll accept that. They don't want to wait for me to come to them while I maneuver. Still waiting for those orders. Yep, there it is. You know what? They're unsupported. Go engage them. As long as no one else is coming forward and they're by them lonesome, I will take that. I'm starting to do some damage back there. They messed up there on the road, boys. Just like that. Not sure how much of an effect we're having on their artillery. This brigade actually took quite a few casualties while laying there in the woods. I'm a little surprised by that, unless they fired at this brigade first instead of the one that was out in the open, which is what I think happened. We'll just rip this one apart. There they go. Beautiful. Alright, boys, back into cover. Until we're ready to go. Oh, it caused a lot of casualties right there at that little scuffle. Please send another lone brigade forward if you can. I would like that very much. Why they're all masked up like that. Alright, dismount. Loose order. I don't think the AI is going to do something that foolish again. I could hope, but I doubtful. I am doubtful. Hopefully we can do some wrapping on this flank here. Get rid of this brigade to our front. It's like a Kansas brigade. Who's that next to them? Can't see their flag. An Iowa next to them and a battery and some parrots. Alright, it's probably a few minutes still before anything kicks off, so I'll be back. Alright, we've started our attack on the Federal right flank, and I'm not holding very high hopes right now as my cavalry's coming forward in a very disjointed way. I do not think this attack is going to go as planned. What the hell are you boys doing? Move forward. Now we're looking over here. Alright, seen off one of these batteries. Hopefully we can get rid of these other two. One of them's getting ready to break. And it looks like they're sending the infantry down for another attack. we actually driving them ahead of us? Shouldn't be, but apparently we are. The hell are you boys doing? Pull your heads out of you-know-where and get moving. How the hell we lose sight of these blue bellies marching across the open here? Alright, into the tree line. The double. Make it to those woods before the Federals hold you. Batteries look like they're ready to break. Good job, 3rd Texas. There's a little glitch going on with this unit over here and the way it's facing. Boys, break the rest of these batteries, please. Problem is, the infantry does outrange my cavalry, and I do not have a lot of cavalry. Well, this is a regiment, it's not a brigade. First Arkansas, you should be in the lead. You're dismounted rifles. See what you boys. You got Lorenz's. I just noticed that. Get on the flank. So when we get up to the main force over here, we're going to have some issues. Here they come, boys. I don't know what these boys are thinking. We're just leaving a big pile of blue over here. dead. Captain Reed, battery commander. Alright, 1 wounded, 1 dead so far. You boys are not firing at the artillery like you're supposed to. Firing at the artillery would have broken them already. Whoever's in command of this division is really messing them up. Who is that? That's 1st Division. Where is that? 1st Brigade. They got a lot of separate units here. I don't see 1st Division. Yeah, it says 1st Division. I don't see them on here. 2nd Division, 3rd Division, 1st Cavalry, 1st Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade. Do not have a 1st Division listed. But it could be on the 2nd page. We don't get 2 pages on this. There we go, dry them off once more. We actually just drove their morale down a lot. I only routed a battery and a brigade so far, but it's dropped them by negative 5.3. The casualties are very much in my favor. Oh, there goes that brigade. And they rode these boys right out in front of us. What are the Federals doing? Are they pulling a tactic from my book, defend in one spot and advance in another? Get on line with Louisiana, boys. They're going to give me an opportunity to just swing around them. I'm taking it. I mean, this could get really ugly really fast, but they're giving me an opportunity to pull something off. You go right down the road at their artillery. Get moving. Full court press, boys. Boys, get moving. What are you doing? Nova gave you orders. Go forward. Go forward. That's it. Break them. Why are you boys mounted? Get dismounted, get in loose order, damn it. Go to fire, Will. Things getting crazy up here. That's what I like to see, Louisiana. Keep moving fast like that. We are driving them, boys. Keep driving them. Another officer dead. Colonel DeRosie. That one cavalry brigade's broke. 1st Arkansas Cavalry broke. Crap, all my cavalry's breaking. What the hell are you boys doing? What the hell was going on? And they are retiring. What the hell were you boys doing over there? When I looked away for a second. Get those boys in the back. Give them a hot lead back door as they are leaving. Stop riding through the damn Federals. That's why you're losing men. Dear God. They got some of the best weapons for the cavalry that there is. Come on, boys. Closing on them. Don't let them go. Give them a few more shots. Alright, let's speed this along. That actually went a lot better than I friggin' expected. I thought I was going to break my army trying to take that hill, but the Federals came at me, of all things. I mean, they had the morale for it, but it was unnecessary. Once again, proving Nathaniel Lyon not to be a good commander in this campaign. Alright, so Federals lost 3,000 of their 23,000 infantry, 100 or 1,200 cavalry, 20 or 30 guns. Total loss of 3,300 or 2,500 men. We lost 714 of our 9,924 infantry, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for a small infantry force that's a huge number. Same with our cavalry. We lost 622 of our 4,991 cavalry. That's a big loss. Especially out of that one regiment that kept retreating through the Federal forces. I don't know what the hell happened up on the left flank of my cavalry, but things just, I looked away, and we weren't looking away that long, and things just got weird up there. And we lost 4 of our 22 guns to counter battery fire. Total loss of 1,408 over 15,225 men. Yeah, I think that brigade I just raised up for the Army of East Tennessee is going to be coming out here to the Army of Missouri. They need the numbers bad. Alright, we did lose some officers. Let's save this real fast. I haven't seen that end of battle glitch in a long time, but better safe than sorry. Alright, who did we lose? Colonel DeRosey killed in action, commander 1st Arkansas Cavalry. Captain Reed, 1st Arkansas Battery, killed in action, and Captain Woodruff, commander 3rd Arkansas, wounded. I'm getting any of the feds. Alright, we killed Brigadier General Morrill, commander of their 1st Brigade. See, we're not getting both pages here. There's more than one page. We're only getting one page. Like, this detachment's blocking off the 2nd Division, and there's a 1st Division also. We don't see them on the page. And there's no way of flipping through it. Now we know we got at least one of them killed, but we lost 2 dead. Both captains, not a big... one colonel, 1 captain. And with DeRosey's men retreating through the Federals like that, I'm not going to cry at that loss. I just close out of here, and I'll see you at the newspaper screen. A victory at the Battle of Springfield. Army to the West fleeing in panic. Colonel T.J. Churchill becomes a national hero. Who was Churchill? One of my cavalry commanders? And Colonel Dietzler, looks like they blame the colonel for the loss. Battle of Springfield is ending with the Army of the West retreating in panic. He has reportedly suffered total casualties of 3,290 men. There are 511 killed and 527 captured. Our casualties total 1,408 men, with 145 killed, 485 missing, and the rest are wounded. Captured 1,277 rifles and 3 guns from the field and sent 511 soldiers off to our vacation camps. Lee, are you on the move? Yes, you are. Still going to take you. Oh, I got to stop you. Your readiness is already deficient. Damn it. We got to halt the Army of the Mississippi. You can't fight the Federals with that low of a readiness. Not on their territory, you can't. Right, let's get this battle rolled off. And that leaves our readiness deficient. I may have to pull the Army of Missouri back into Carrollton to refit. Unless we can drive away the Department of the West. The Union Army's still good, but they are going to be running out of supplies very quickly. So I got them set to raiding, but I don't really think they're going to be pulling too much from the land around here. And why are you... Oh, they moved the gunboat squadron just south of Cairo. That's what happened there. Okay. Well, Harem's on the other side of the river, so that's what matters. And I'm going to change their orders once again to head to, we're going to head straight for St. Louis. I was going to bypass it, but I think we need to secure St. Louis and distract one or two of these armies while we figure out what's going on out here. You guys are still on your way to Kingston, alright. Okay, we're going to end this episode here. A bit shorter than usual, but I am a little time crunched for today, so I don't have all the time necessary to do another battle, which is coming up very quickly here with at the same location with the Army of Missouri. So once again, if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. Follow along with the series and enjoying it. Don't forget to bayonet that like button, but stroke that comment section. And if you'd like a brigade in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I'll oblige on all counts if possible. And I will see you all in the next episode. Stay grumpy.